Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. I'm so excited to get into today's episode where I'm going to teach you what you can do the next time you are experiencing any kind of tension in your throat when you're singing, especially on high notes. So, if you have ever experienced like vocal tension or like you feel tight as you're getting to these high notes, as a female singer, as a woman who you're just starting to sing again, or you're wanting to start singing again, but you struggle with that tension, here is what we can do next. Okay, that's what I'm jumping into today. So stick with me. I'm going to walk you through what might be happening and one simple thing you can do to help relieve some of that tension. Okay, real quick before we get into that, I want to share with you guys a little testimonial from a current student of mine. So, if you guys don't know, I've been singing my entire life and I have a certificate in voice technique and musicianship from Berklee. And I'm also studying music and music education in a graduate program at Columbia University in a hybrid program. And so I am literally in the weeds of learning more and more about the voice and how to teach students to become singers and to start singing with confidence, and especially beginner level students. And so I have a course. I have a course where I am really wanting to help you as someone who's wanting to start singing but doesn't know where to begin, where to start, feels overwhelmed by the idea of doing voice lessons, doesn't have time or money for any of that, and you just don't know where to start. That is why I created the Sing Confidently course, because it helps you to simply start and build confidence as you go, so that you don't have to feel like you know everything that you're doing right from day one. We're going to build it together. And so I have a student who said about the course, her name is Ayana. She messaged me on Facebook and really just made my heart so happy. She said, "I appreciate your podcasts and I'm still going through the course, but overall it's helpful. There are not a ton of singing related podcasts or resources that cover the things you do, from mindset to fear, faith, etc. So I just want to say thanks." Thank you so much, Ayana, for sharing that with me. You have no idea how that touched me and really inspired me to know that, like, okay, I'm going to keep going. Like, this is working. This is helping you. So thank you for sharing that. You guys, it helps so much for podcasters to like hear from you, like whether you leave a review, you message us, like it's just a way for us to know that you're there, because we're kind of like talking out to the void, like to anyone who will listen. So I really appreciated Ayana reaching out and saying that and talking specifically about the course, because the course and this podcast, it gives you tactical things, but it also gives you that like mindset piece of like, you can do this. Like, you are not crazy for wanting to start singing, no matter, if you're just coming back to this like later in your life, or you used to sing and now you're starting to sing again, but you're like trying to juggle that with your full-time career or with other things in life. Life is busy. You feel like you're a beginner all over again, but you struggle with this like mindset of fear and like not feeling confident, right? I want you to know that you can do that. And that is what this course, it takes you through practical like steps to actually, what do you need to know about your voice just on a basic level? How do you practice? And then how do you start to put yourself out there? But it also like brings in the mindset as well. And so that's something that we need. Like, we need that as you're starting to sing again. You need the mindset as well as the practical things. And so I really appreciated her sharing that with me. I appreciate all of you guys for listening and for leaving reviews and reaching out to me anytime that you do. It really makes me so happy, and it means a lot to me to hear that feedback. And so I know, like, what to do more of to help you guys even more. So just wanted to share that with you. If you're interested in joining the course as well or looking into it, and you want to start singing as well, just like Ayana, and you want to be able to go at your own pace and take a little bit of your own time without feeling like the pressure of like, okay, I have to do this right now and I don't have time to do this right now, so now I'm stressed. But like, take off the pressure and go at your own pace. You have lifetime access to this course, and you have me on a monthly basis coaching you and supporting you, answering your questions as well. And so go to creativelybyestelle.com/course if you'd like to check that out. I invite you to go over there and just see what you think, pray about it, look over it, and see if you're like, you know what, I really do want to start singing. I don't have the time. I feel stressed. I don't have the money to do all these private lessons. that's like too overwhelming, go to the course, and take your time through it, and then come in and check in with me on the monthly calls so that you can get that coaching that you need. So that way you actually start singing, and you get that mindset as well as the practical aspects as well. So go to creativelybyestelle.com/course for that. Thank you so much for that review. And we are going to get into some throat tension. So why do we experience throat tension when we sing, especially high notes? So when you are singing, you really only need to the aspects of singing are, you have your power source, that's your breath. You have your vibrator, those are your vocal folds, that's in your larynx. And then you have your resonator, and that is the vocal tract. So that's like your throat and your mouth and those cavities where the sound resonates in. The thing is that as we reach higher notes, as we get higher, our vocal folds start to get thinner. So they start out thick when you are in your heavy voice, modal voice, or chest voice. That's that lower register, right? That's where we mostly speak in. And so that's a register we're very comfortable with. As you get higher, your vocal folds start to get thinner. And as they get thinner, like there's more of a need for more airflow, because the vocal folds aren't going to be adducted or coming together as often. So you need more airflow. But what happens is sometimes when we're getting to those high notes, our vocal folds are trying to thin out. There's another muscle that's trying to take over so that our vocal folds can get that, that thinness there. But what is happening is that we're not allowing more airflow. We're not reducing breath pressure, and we're not getting enough airflow to help us kind of get up to that note, so that you can sing that note without feeling tense and tight. So honestly, just on a basic beginner level, I just want you to think about, I'm feeling tension on these high notes. Let me increase my airflow, increasing my airflow. And a way to do that, a tool to use to do that, is an SOVT exercise. I've talked about this before in past episodes, and I've gone through vocal warm-ups. So you can go back and listen to a bunch of vocal warm-up exercises episodes that I have. But basically, an SOVT exercise that I would recommend for you is a lip trill. A lip trill is an SOVT exercise. SOVT stands for semi-occluded vocal tract. So that means that your vocal tract, including your mouth and your throat, are partly occluded, semi-occluded, or partly blocked. That just means that your mouth isn't completely open, right? So instead of singing la, you're going to sing it on a lip trill, where you're going to blow lip bubbles like, and you're going to do instead of la. And that is a way to increase airflow. Lip trills adjust the pressure on your vocal fold, so that way you're able to sing those higher notes without pulling up the pressure that you use in your chest voice up to those higher notes. So the tool that I want you to use, and the way that I want you to use this, and the takeaway that I want you to have, is that you're going to, as you sing high notes, next time you start singing high notes and you feel that pressure, you're going to pause, stop. As soon as you start to feel tightness or tension, stop singing and switch to doing a lip trill on those same pitches, on those same notes, in order to adjust the pressure on your vocal folds and increase airflow. And that's just what I want you to think about for now. That's all I want you to think about for now. Next time that you start to feel that tension in your throat on high notes, switch to a lip trill, get that airflow going, adjust that pressure on your vocal folds. Then you can start opening up again to maybe doing it on la, and then go back to the words and see if you can continue to feel that like airflow, that lightness in your voice, instead of pushing up, trying to sing the note and it's heavy and there's pressure. Instead, think a little bit more airflow. Use a lip trill as a tool to help engage, that airflow. So I hope that helps. I know this is like breaking it down super, like we're really breaking it down. We're getting into the nitty gritty, but the takeaway for you is to use a lip trill the next time that you get to a high note and you feel tension. And I hope that helps you. Let me know if you have any questions about this in particular, because I know we're getting into the weeds of like some anatomy and all that stuff, but I know you can do this. You just have to start. The next time you feel that tension, switch to a lip trill and see how that works for you. Okay. Come to the Facebook group if you have any questions for me and you're like, wait, I need this explained in this different way. I would love to help, re-explain things and answer your questions, but you can come to the Facebook group for that. Otherwise, come check out the course, and I would love to work with you there at creativelybyestelle.com/course. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.